What's going on, beautiful people? Thank you for joining me on this beautiful walk and hearing me rant about whatever the hell I'm about to rant. So thank you. I appreciate your viewership. I appreciate your subscription. I appreciate your appreciation of the videos. So thank you. In this video, we're gonna talk about Nofap. We're gonna talk about my experience with Nofap specifically. For those of you guys that don't know, Nofap is basically you restraining from touching yourself in and pleasuring yourself in what we know in society as your private parts, quote unquote. And why they are private, I have no idea. I mean, a hand, here, you can see my hands, right? I don't understand why it's such a big deal for people to see someone else's genitals, an asshole. And mind you, everybody's got an asshole. So, you know, it's not like you're seeing something new. You have an asshole, right? And half the population has got penises and half the other half's got vaginas. So it's nothing magical. I popped out of a vagina, so did you. Anyway, this is a different rant for a different video. What I want to talk about in this video is my experience with Nofap. Nofap, for you guys who don't know, you don't jerk off, you don't tease your weasel, you don't pleasure yourself. You either get someone else to do it for you, or you just restrain from it altogether, right? So, I'll tell you guys my experience with it, and honestly, my opinion on the matter, and it's just opinion, right? Just like every video I make is all opinion-based. My opinion keeps changing on the matter. And I'll give you a new perspective, a new opinion that I've been having as of late, because I've been thinking about this more. So, Nofap is, you don't tease your weasel, you don't wipe the pipe, and you go on about your life. You can channel this energy to creative things like creating businesses, creating content, creating something. Or you can channel it into simply getting sexually intimate with someone else. Because I mean, if you're getting a hard-on and nobody's taking care of that, you're gonna be more inclined to go out there and look for mates who will share with you in the act of pleasuring one another. So I've tried this for 8 months. 8 months, okay? I didn't jerk off, no sex, nothing, right? Nothing. My weasel it was not greased for a very long time, okay? It was not greased for a very long time. For 8 months, it was dry. Just dry. Not greased, nothing. And I think that was very, very important for me. Because I needed to get over my control of porn addiction, and I needed to control my sexual desires and urges, which can control you at times, which control a lot of people. So I actually think the act of completely withholding from orgasming altogether and pleasuring yourself and teasing your weasel and greasing your pipe and having fun with yourself, I think, or even having someone else to do the fun for you, I think restraining from all of that together for a certain period of time will do wonders to your discipline, will do wonders to your control, self-control, first of all, over yourself, over your desires, over your urges, and it will give you total mastery over your porn addiction. That's going to be gone. So even when you go back to teasing your weasel and getting your pipe greased, whether if it's self-greased or greased by someone else, then at least you don't do it to porn anymore. If you're gonna do it to yourself, you're not gonna do it to porn. Your porn addiction will be completely dealt with if you go on a serious Nofap streak. Okay? That much I can promise you. I really, because then you'll just be more in touch with yourself. Especially if you go on a long time without watching porn. Now, the point I want to discuss. I think Nofap is for absolutely everybody that is a man, that is a male, right? I absolutely think it is necessary step of developing yourself. you know, of sort of going to the next level. Just control, mastery, right? It's all about self-control and mastery over your mind, over your body, over your urges, over your desires. Really, really, it's amazing. I recommend Nofap to absolutely everybody who lives in the modern culture because, you know, we've been fucked by a lot of things. We have been absolutely fucked by a lot of things. And porn addiction is one of them. And constant bombardment of sexually suggestive content everywhere is another one. However, I think after you gain control, you go on a really long streak. And I'm just telling you guys my experience, right? Simply my experience, guys. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just giving my opinion. I never want to tell anybody what to do because it's such a big burden, right? And who the fuck am I to tell anybody what to do? So I just have to keep reminding myself in these videos, I'm not fucking telling anybody what to do. Because who the fuck am I? I'm just a guy who's walking in these beautiful woodlands and talking out of his ass. At some point though, for me, something started to feel a bit unnatural. And it is unnatural because I thought maybe now I went into like another form of sexual repression maybe, right? I mean, what is so bad about having my penis greased? What is so terrible about that, right? In fact, it's very natural. It's such a key component of human existence. If you look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs, sex is on the first one. It's with your survival. It's in our program, right? Because we need to survive as a species. We need to have sex. Just like any other species in the world, you know? We need to have sex. And so this desire to have sex, to orgasm, right? It is such a key component of human existence. Nofap, I think, is good to tame the desire to, not tame, sorry, to control it, to gain back your power, to eradicate your porn addiction. But I think it might start to become another form of sexual repression because you're ignoring a key component of your existence as a human, which is your sexuality. You see, your testicles and your penis, the way they're designed to ejaculate often. So it's healthy. It is healthy, right? Having sex is healthy. It is one of the healthiest things you can do to yourself, especially with someone that understands you, is on the same vibe as you. But masturbation is also healthy, you know, releasing this sexual tension, right? Because, you know, for me at some point I'm like, you know, Saeed, you've been repressed sexually growing up because you grew up in a conservative country that just had such negative views of sex. You went the complete opposite. But now, aren't you repressing yourself sexually again? Aren't you, I mean, what is, you know, you're literally taking a key component of you, the sex chakra, if we're talking in chakras and energy systems and energy balance, right? You're literally taking one place here and you're ignoring it. Or not necessarily ignoring it, channeling it is the right word, right? Channeling it. But you're really ignoring this key element of human existence, which is sexual intimacy, orgasm, pleasure, right? So then I've sort of come to this balanced approach now where I'm nowhere near a chronic masturbator. I don't tease my weasel that often, but I do tease my weasel when I feel like it, you know, because I think it's healthy, and I think it becomes somewhat unhealthy to completely cut off the sexual part of you, because that's such a key component and such a beautiful way to love somebody else, right? To love somebody else. So my 2 cents on Nofap, it's amazing. It has so many good benefits. I recommend it to every single teenager and every single man walking on earth if you haven't done that before. But I think ultimately you want to come to a balanced state of being where even if you don't have somebody right now you're having sex with, you know, what is so terrible about pleasuring yourself? What is so bad about orgasming? Fuck. We have so much stigma around orgasming, right? I mean, first of all, you can't do it in public because somehow there's something really, 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 really terrifying about seeing someone in pure ecstasy. Somehow doesn't sit well with society. Pleasure doesn't sit well with society. Somehow we've completely restrained having an orgasm to a completely and totally private manner. Whereas if you go live in like hunter-gatherer societies, you know, they're having sex right there in front, you know, because they consider themselves as one. Pleasure is encouraged. They're always dancing. They're always just having sex. And right? So, I mean, I don't know what is so terrible and terrifying about pleasure. I really don't. Plus, masturbation. Oh, man, you can use your hands with your mind, your imaginations to really get to know what turns you on. But also you get to really practice for the big game. When you have someone that you intend to share pleasure with, that they intend to share pleasure with you, if you masturbate and if you practice, you look at masturbation as a practice session, so you start to have more control over your breathing. When you're about to come, you withhold, you start to contract your PC muscles, you control your breathing, you watch your breathing, you can have a lot of control. Masturbation can be your practice tool for the big game. Really. Oh, it can be powerful. Powerful. Just look at it that way, right? And take your time with it. Take your time with it. Masturbation is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. I think it's a good thing. I think it can be used, first of all, to relieve tension. I mean, if you have a lot of tension, you don't have anybody right now you're having sex with, which is nothing wrong with. Because, you know, whatever, you don't find somebody right now compatible, you're not at that stage, you want to be by yourself. Well, okay, right? I mean, what is so bad about just going and experiencing pleasure with yourself? But you can also use it to practice, right? You can use it to practice. You can use it to watch your breathing. You can use it to, again, contract your PC muscles, get to know more about yourself, what turns you on, use your imaginations, etc., etc. And so this is my current stance on Nofap, right? Again, I'm not for it. I'm not against it. I think depending on where you are in your life, the context is key. Where you are in your life, what are you struggling with? If you're not struggling with porn addiction right now, and you're not a chronic masturbator, right? Or, you know, I don't see why you would want to do Nofap, to be honest, right? But if you are like me a few years ago, and you had porn addiction, and you just were anxious around women because you didn't know how to even talk or anything like that, because, you know, you watched porn, you've been brainwashed by porn, and my upbringing was really bad, as was not even exposed to women growing up, etc., etc., etc. And I have a bunch of hikers coming behind me, so I'm just gonna stop this video, say hello, and we will keep picking up right where we left off. Hello again. And it's good that I stopped the video, because it was a bunch of old sweet ladies and they probably want nothing to do with this right now. Okay, so back to what I was talking about, right? See where you are. Honestly, I think Nofap is a tool. It's not, you know, I wouldn't go on preaching it as the solution. Honestly, I mean, at one point I did. At one point I was that preacher. Nofap, bro, Nofap, just Nofap. It's a tool, just like anything. Just like psychedelics are a tool. Just like the gym is a tool. It's a tool. I think that's my opinion, my final opinion on this manner of should I Nofap or should I not. I think it's a tool. Look at what's going on in your life right now. Look at what you need to improve on. Right? If you feel like you need to improve on controlling your sexual urges and desires and having mastery over them, and you really need to get rid of your porn addiction, by all means, it's a great tool for you in your life. But right now, man, you know, if you're at a stage you don't watch porn anymore, or you've never even done, which good luck with that. But if you don't watch porn, and you know, you're just like, you have either like someone, you know, you have a girlfriend or something, and you guys have sex a few times a week or whatever, and it's great and it's healthy. I don't see why you would want a nofap, to be honest. I think that relationship you have with your girl is more valuable than what you would get out of nofap. In fact, you can use it to energize, right? If you've ever had sex with a girl and you guys are really passionate about each other and you really dig one another, man, it can be so energizing. Holy shit. I don't get it. I don't get how people, when people say, oh, I after having sex, I wanna pass out. That's not the case with me. And definitely, if you're really into each other, nah, you get so energized after the sex. You get so energized. You wanna be up. You wanna talk. You wanna share ideas. You wanna be together, and it gives you so much energy to create. If anything, it's a creative process, right? Some people say it takes from your creativity. I think it gives creativity. If you're having sex with the right person for you, that is, right? This is a key. But what I'm trying to say is actually see how it is for you in your life right now. See which stage you are. Do you need nofap? Do you not need nofap? Right? If you're in a stage in your life you need nofap, go for it. It will help you tremendously. It's great. It will empower you like no tomorrow. But if you don't really need it right now, you have a healthy sex life, or hey, you're in a good place in your life, right? And you know, even though you don't have anybody right now, but hey, you know, your masturbation is not out of whack. You know, you're not doing it fucking 3 times every day, right? Then, again, I don't know. But the best thing is to experiment, guys. Experiment, right? I can be talking out of my ass here. It's just my experience. Other people, I'm sure the nofap community will shit all over this if they saw this and they'll be like, no, like nofap changed my life. It was great. It was amazing, right? That's their experience too. What is your experience? That is my question to you. Go and try nofap, then go and try fap. Experiment and document your progress, and then share it with the world as an experiment, as your progress, as your bullshit. Like me, I'm just sharing my bullshit here. I'm the biggest fucking bullshitter there is, right? But I love life. I love bullshit. So that's it. Check out my free book, 5 Powerful Habits to Dominate Life in All Areas. Leave me something in the comments, guys, and I love you. Every single one of you, fabbers, no fabbers, what the fuck, what doesn't matter, right? As always, don't forget to subscribe or you're gonna sleep with the fishes.